Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. We are on the free-to-play today, and I'm going to show you the team that I use to beat Faction Wars 21 for the Bannerlords. I decided to go on this journey, as I mentioned in my previous videos, of trying to complete as many of those Faction Wars as possible, and basically I'm trying to get to my goal of getting Lydia. I mean, from what I've seen so far, it's definitely not going to be before the Silver Watchers faction will open. However, I'm slowly getting there. You know, this is gonna be the fourth one out of the 15 factions that are out there that I'm finishing, and that's pretty good. And I feel like there's gonna be quite a few more that I'm slowly gonna be able to push. It's just gonna require me to keep building lots and lots more champions in order to achieve that. So, as an example, the way that I beat this faction wars, it took me quite a while. I'm actually even going to play the run to show you. Basically, I want to show you more the boss part of the fights, because mostly during faction wars, unless it's the Valkyrie waves, where you're trying to crowd control them with stun sets, provoke stuns from kits, usually the boss part are the ones that are the problem and do not allow you to 3-star it. So the team that I used for this one was, I cannot show you here, but I can show you over here, was Rhonda, Ursula, Lady Annabelle, Sigmund, and then Rich stuff. So there's lots of legendaries, but barely any ascensions on these ones, barely any books. The only one that has, I think actually there's 2 people that have masteries. And basically the way that I went about this is I used the champions that I had on hand. I just threw them in there, threw whoever was closest to level 40 to level 50, whatever, just put the gear that made sense on them, and then just ran the fight. Obviously, it was a little bit easier by having Ursula the Mourner, but honestly, in order for me to beat it, I had to take her to 6-star. And the way that I looked at this was like, okay, is it really worth it to just 60 somebody only for the sake of faction wars? And the answer is normally no. Unless that's like one of the last factions and you're trying to get Lydia, it's not really worth it to 60 somebody just for faction wars. However, Ursula the Mourner has such an amazing kit that's going to be really useful even for Doom Tower, if you want to use her speed lead in Doom Tower. But for Hydra, she's an amazing reviver, even though it's in a long cooldown. On the same revive skill, she brings increased defense and strength. And this one's going to be huge for one of my Hydra teams, because the Hydra teams on this account do not have that many revivers. I do have, what's her name? The one that everybody can get for free. I just cannot think of the name. She's over here, Jamarsa. So I do have Jamarsa, but she's not as good. She doesn't bring too much for Hydra apart from her passive and the revive. That's with low HP, no turn meter. Well, at least she does a massive revive with increased defense and strengthen. Can bring decreased attack. So she has a good kit overall, and it actually made it worth it to build her. So that's why I was like, you know what, I'm gonna 6-star her. I'm gonna finish this faction wars today, and it's gonna be worth it. So I'm gonna play you the run. It's gonna be a little bit of a long one, but like I said, I'm just gonna show you mostly the boss part, so you have an idea about how I focused my skills, when I did my revives, when I hit the boss, when I hit the ads. So in order to give you, like I said, give you an idea of what to focus on, because this boss has those ads that can hit really hard, so it can be a little tricky, and maybe by you guys seeing the way that I do the timings on the hits might give an idea for you to pass this one. So check out the video, and you know, we're gonna be back in a bit, so see you in a bit. Okay, so we're back. It took a whopping 9 minutes and 30 seconds, but honestly, I think it was only the second try that I actually did it, and it wasn't as bad. As long as my Ursula did not die, I could still manage to keep myself alive, because you know what? If she got a turn, I could revive everybody. Having the strengthen from her helped for the right ad. As you noticed, I was mostly focused the ad on the right hand side. I'm not sure exactly where to find details, but I'm quite sure there will be a website for that. But that ad hit so hard that it's insane. I think he ignores 100% of defense, so that's why he hit so hard. But overall, you can see that most of the damage came, funny enough, from, I mean, around as expected, but funny enough, from rich stuff. I guess those poisons that he can do on the A2, that's why I sent them to 3-star, so he does an AoE. Well, where is it? Over there. Hello. That's why I sent him, so he can do those poisons AoE, and then just everybody else was utility. So my actual only raw damage was Rhonda, I presume, as you can see in here. So let's have a quick look at the builds that I have on these champions. Again, just to give you guys an idea, maybe some tips, tricks, some ideas for finishing faction wars and how to build your champions. The thing is, because I had so many champions that are high level, I did not have to break every single build on my account, which is usually what happens when you're trying to be faction wars. You break everybody's build just to put the best gear on them, do 21, then move the gear back. I managed to do that without breaking everybody's builds because, you know what, I had 3 6-stars and 250, so that obviously made it easier. So I'm running Rhonda in a lifesteal set with some offset pieces. I actually even have some accuracy on her because she has brimstone, and as you saw, that helped a little bit. I do have her with masteries that gave me giant slayer for some extra damage in there. Then I have Lady Annabelle. She's in the build that I use for Bommel. So she is with War Master, again, support she to heal herself. And she's running Regen plus Immortal, so pretty good stats. She's extremely tanky. Like, unless she killed herself with the health swap, she would never die. So that's the beauty of this one. I built her for Bommel, but I'm also using her in Faction War. So at the end of the day, it was not a waste. And honestly, if I give her some more accuracy, she might even, and book her, obviously, because I don't have her booked. She might even be useful for Hydra, for the increased speed, for the decreased speed, leech, you know. She has a decent overall kit. Oh yeah, Rhonda also no books at all. Lady Annabelle, no books. Ursula the Mourner, she's booked. She's almost fully booked, and like I mentioned earlier, she's totally worth it because she's an amazing champion. Great for Hydra, great for Doom Tower, great for overall stuff. Whatever you need, a reviver, a massive reviver, she's there for you. She has no masteries at this point, and she's running a regen plus speed. These are the stats that I have on her, 187 speed, and mostly I cared about the survivability. I want her to not die. She's my reviver, she has to stay alive so she can revive everybody else. Then the next one is Sigmund the High Shield. Honestly, this is a champion I did not play with a lot because I did not do the fusion when he was a fusion last year on my main account, because I kept Demetha, so I did not play a lot with him. But honestly, even at 50, he's a pretty awesome champion. Decrease attack, provoke AoE, strengthen and shield, chance to remove buffs on the A1. This is a massive, what's it called, defense for Doom Tower if I would use him. So he's a pretty good champ, but in here he was mostly there for decrease attack, provokes, and obviously strength and shields. No masteries, again, no books on him, and I'm just running some random offset pieces. This one, think, yeah, accuracy, speed boot. Look at this, crit damage, he barely has any crit, so he's not gonna crit. Just a random glove, so it's not perfect, it's not ideal. These are just some pieces that I had some stuff leveled up, threw on him. He was built for like 1 month ago, and same build he's still using. Then the one that's a little bit interesting, and I chose to go this way, is Rich Stuff the Bold. You see that I run him in a stun set and perception, plus one piece of counter-attacking gear with what's it called, revenge ring. So if I would ascend him, I would give him another one to have 2 pieces, and the reason for that is he has an AoE 1. In Faction Wars, this is how you usually beat stuff. If you need people to control the waves, if they don't have inbuilt stuns, inbuilt provokes, inbuilt freeze, true fear, stuff like that, look for champions that have AoE, especially on their basics, and just put them in stun sets. That's gonna help you a ton. That's why, as an example, for the Ogre Faction Wars, Bellowers are the best ones because Bellower has AoE on all his skills. You build him in a stun set, and he's a monster for that one. So he's built in a stun set because of this, and also, like I said, on the A2, when he hits one target 3 times, but he puts AoE poison. Again, no bugs. I don't really care about the A1, I just care about him doing AoE A1s for a chance to land those stuns, and then the A2 from time to time to do those poisons. no masteries. And yeah, this is the build. This is rich stuff. This was my team that I used to beat Bannerlords on 21. I didn't even have to use helmet. That's why it was funny. I thought I was really gonna be desperate and needed to use helmet. So as an example, if you don't have rich stuff or you don't have segment, you might have helmet, which I have here, but he's ready for a future champion chase. Helmut could have come in the team, and he's a free champion as long as you did enough Doom Tower, because this stun can be amazing. Like, you book him, he's gonna be 75% chance, stun everybody, brings increased speed, increased crit rate, increased crit damage, boosted thermometer on the A1, immune to thermometer effects. He's an amazing champion. He's one of the ones that can make Bannerlord's faction wars easy. So as we've seen so far, the factions that I've beat are the easier ones, which is high elf, you have arbiter, and you basically that's it. Barbarians, you get a ton, especially after you get Syl. I didn't get Syl yet, but still I'm on the road. Dwarf actually is not an easy one. I just had OP champions all 60, so that was lucky stuff. And now Bannerlord. So I'm really curious which one's gonna be the next one that I will finish. My Night Revenants one, I already beat it. Like, I beat 21, but I did not 3-star it. So I have a feeling that this might be one of the ones that I would try to tackle. However, it's a little bit more complicated. The one that I think I'm gonna start focusing on next might be either the Skinwalker, because I have Rezelvarg and I'm gonna get Loriaka, hopefully next week if there's a reason to pull champions during the champion chase. If not, I might see maybe the Ogrin tribes. But basically, Faction Wars requires lots of champion training, guys. We have a champion training tournament going on right now, so I'm gonna take advantage of it. I'm gonna continue building champions. Every other area in the game for me sorted, so Faction Wars pushing towards that Lydia to achieve my end goal on this account. But yeah, this is gonna be it for the video today, guys. Thank you all for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next. And I'm gonna see you in the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.